She rose to fame in 2016 when she campaigned for the release of former JNU President Kanhaiya Kumar, who was arrested on charges of sedition. Soon after, the Vice President of JNU became quite a popular face of the left front, both on and off social media. We're talking about none other than Shehla Rashid Shora. The 32-year-old who grew as a student activist has been a vocal voice against the BJP and the Sangh Parivar. She's also been a staunch critique of the Modi government and now is synonymous with campus protests. Shehla Rashid was earlier the Jammu and Kashmir People's Movement leader in JNK and now has moved out to do her PhD and is once again making headlines. So why is Shehla Rashid back in the news once again? The social activist is back in the news lately because her father, Abdul Rashid Shora, has alleged that Shehla has been indulging in anti-national activities. Abdul Rashid claims that he was offered 3 crore rupees to get Shehla to join the JKPM party and that the money was offered by former Jammu and Kashmir MLA engineer Rashid and businessman Zahoor Watali, both of whom are currently in jail in connection with a militancy-related case being probed by the NIA now. Shehla's father has disclosed all these details in a letter written to the DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, Dilbag Singh. Even though Singh has refused to comment on it, Shehla has reacted, calling these allegations completely baseless and disgusting, saying that this is a reaction from the father because Shehla, along with her mother and her sister, has filed a complaint with the police because Shehla's father allegedly is a woman beater. He was stopped from entering their Srinagar home and that's why he's defaming the family, is what Shehla explains. For the unversed, Shehla Rashid joined politics and became the founding member of the Jammu and Kashmir People's Movement, which was floated by bureaucrat turned politician Shah Faisal. But later, Shehla announced her disassociation with electoral mainstream in Kashmir. Now, speaking of controversies, Shehla Rashid is not a stranger to controversies at all, but here are a few that's put her back into the spotlight time and again. In the aftermath of February 2019 Pulwama terror attack, Shehla was booked by the Uttarakhand police for spreading rumours and fear amongst Kashmiris. Shehla had then tweeted that 15 to 20 Kashmiri women students were trapped in a Dehradun hostel while an angry mob was standing outside their university demanding their expulsion. She had claimed that though the police personnel were present at the spot, they were unable to defuse or disperse the mob. And then in October 2018, she welcomed the newly converted Irish singer Sinead Mary Bernadette O'Connor, now known as Shuhada David, into the Muslim community, which received quite some amount of hate online. And several days on, she kept fighting it and eventually deactivated her Twitter account, which is now though back in action. And then in September 2017, Shehla kicked up a ruckus at the Press Club of India event where she pulled up a Republic TV reporter accusing that the channel is being funded by the BJP and saying that the channel tried to cover up the assassination of journalist Gauri Lankesh. She eventually asked the Republic TV reporter to also leave the premises. Shehla has been labelled as a separatist. She's been trolled heavily, relentlessly through the years online, and she's been written off as an anti-national. But it doesn't seem like any of this has defined Shehla. She defines herself first as a Kashmiri and then a progressive, conscious citizen who's trying to figure out to bring winds of change to this country.